This is the highest rated tent on Amazon.
We bought it and tested it so you don't have to.
Buying a tent is tough because you have no idea what you're buying until you open it up at your campsite and realize that you hate it. Some tents take forever to set up, some are too short, so you're changing clothes like a goblin, some leak when it rains, some turn into an oven by 9 a.m., some are packed with poles, parts, and mystery clips that test your marriage, and some say that they'll fit 8 people, but apparently those people are all toddlers. The Space Acacia tent solves all of these problems but one. The first is the hubs. So the benefit of this style of tent is that it has hubs. So as you saw, you can pull these hubs out, which allows you to set up the tent in about 90 seconds or less. There's no poles, no extra parts, no problem. It also has a top rainfly and these vertical rainflies that cover each of the hubs, so it doesn't leak all over the place like the other hub style tents do. I'm looking at you, Gazelle T4. The other thing I like about this tent is that you can stand up, so you can change clothes super easily and you can walk in and out without ducking or crawling. And because the tent is an octagon, it has a small footprint at camp. So our last tent was the same exact size inside, but because it was a rectangle, it was almost impossible to find a campsite that would fit it. And even when we did, it was never on fully leveled ground. So sleeping on an incline or your head facing the wrong direction is never a fun experience when you're sleeping at camp. This tent doesn't take up much space on the outside, but it's somehow huge on the inside. So it fits up to 8 people comfortably, which means it's the perfect camping tent for families or festival camping like Coachella or Stagecoach. It also has 2 full-size entry doors, which means you don't have to fight with your friends over who's gonna get the best spot in the tent. So everybody gets their own storage compartments for cell phones, toiletries, and whatever's left of your dignity after day 2. And one of the things that I hate about most tents is that you're constantly being impaled by sharp rocks and sticks on the floor. So even with a footprint, you're gonna feel the ground at best or slice a hole in your tent at worst. We've done both. This floor is made of heavy-duty paddleboard material, and once it's inflated, you're not gonna feel a thing. Plus, it's really weird, but it floats, which is perfect when camping at festivals where it rains or floods, like Burning Man. The company also claims that you can roll a car over it, and I've seen people online do this, which is pretty cool. It also has a Velcro lining so that it keeps the airflow connected to the rest of the tent. And what that's going to do is the Velcro lining is going to create an air bumper outside, which makes it hard for bugs to get in inside. And the screens that you can see here are also made of no-see-um mesh, which keeps mosquitoes and other flying creatures out. Speaking of screens, it has 6 on the side and 6 on the top to keep you cooler in the summer, and they all zip up to keep you warmer in the winter. It even has a vent to plug in an air conditioner or a diesel heater, hooks all the way up to the top of the tent, where the peak of the tent is, so that you can run a corded fan or lights from the bottom to top. But as I mentioned, this tent does have one massive problem that cannot be solved. And that problem is the fact that it's heavy. The tent is 38 pounds, the floor is 60 pounds, the pump is 4 pounds. So you don't have to use the air floor, which means you also don't have to use the pump, which will save you about 64 pounds. But this is not a backpacking tent. This is a back your car up as close as legally possible tent. So who's the tent for? Clearly, again, not for backpackers. It's not for people who want the cheapest beginner tent as possible, and it's probably not for anyone who wants to carry their gear more than 74 feet from the car. But if you know that you already like camping and you just want more space, an easier setup, and a tent that feels more like an outdoor room than a nylon coffin, then this makes a lot of sense, especially for couples like us who want to camp comfortably with a ton of room, families who want everyone in one tent, or festival campers who want to show up with the coolest setup in the campground. And yes, you could also use this as a screen room, even if you're camping with an RV or a van. If that sounds like you, we'll drop affiliate links below so you know exactly where to find it. And if you happen to buy, please use our links because it helps us fund this channel so that we can continue making great content for you. We love the Space Acacia tent so much, we're not only keeping it, but using it as our only tent from now on. Like, we literally sold our last tent. And finally, if you want to see how we've created the best sleep system for this tent or any other tent, one that actually works in all 4 seasons: hot, cold, wet, emotionally unprepared. Watch this video next. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want our ultimate guide that contains every single item that we use and love in order to camp comfortably, just click the link in the description box below.